perspective shift to the idea that I could have been wrong, or maybe people don't love the word wrong, and that doesn't feel too great, right? I don't know how you feel about that, but like,
I
expanding on how you view it.
Yeah. Well, and I think like I love that you brought up the word feeling wrong, because like that is really what it is, and that's a big part of why the perspective shift has to come in the first place, because we're going from this feeling right or wrong, feeling good or bad, to what I like to talk about as a perspective of neutrality at the very least, because it is impossible to go from a negative perspective to a positive perspective. You cannot go from one to the other. You have to have a middle ground. You have to have a point of neutrality. And when we get to that point of neutrality, of just seeing the thing as what it is, with no positive or negative connotation, whether we're talking about our bodies or love or relationships, money, so many people are trying to jump from a negative, and this really is where we got connected, is talking about manifesting and all this thing. They want to jump from having this negative mindset around money or mindset of lack around money to just jumping into an abundance mindset. And it seems like you can do that on paper. It can happen very quickly, but we can't go from one extreme to the other. We can't go from one polar to the other polar. We have to meet in a middle ground. And if we swing from one to the other, it will be false, because then we can swing right back. And we'll never have a middle ground to like fall back on.
Okay, and what does that look like? When you say like, so if you're going from like lacking to then swinging to the other side of what, like believing that you have it and embodying it and like feeling it even though you don't see it in your reality. So you're saying it's like a middle between that, where neutrality, where is that at? That's just present. It just is what it is.
Yeah, like rather than being like having that, where so many people have this mindset of, I don't have enough money, or I have to do this to get money, or, whatever, or love, or like, let's not even just, money is always how people kind of like dip their toe into all of this stuff, but we can apply this.
Love too.
We can apply it to anything, love, or, connection in general, friendships, even, especially our relationships with our bodies. We go from this negative perspective of I don't have enough, or it's not good enough, or I need more, I need something different, I need and to this thing of there isn't enough. And we want to jump to this mindset of there's plenty, there's plentiful. But if you've been telling yourself your whole life, like you said, 20, 30 years, some people 50 years, some people that are in our lives that come to us that are our clients, that have been ingraining these thoughts, reaffirming these beliefs that are not in their best interest, whether it's lack or wrong or bad, whatever, you can put any word to it. It's not in your best interest. And to then go to a completely opposing thought to that is asking a lot. And that's why people say, I'm struggling with it, or I'm trying to be whatever. It's because you don't actually believe that. You don't believe it yet. And you're trying to convince yourself that you believe something that you've been convincing yourself the opposite of for so fucking long.
Right.
So we got to get to this middle point of, okay, I am no longer lacking, and I am no longer striving for abundance. I no longer am abundant. I am aware of what is. I am present with what is. I have gratitude for what is. I see the abundance in what is. Or at the even more basic than that, money is energy. That's neutral. Energy is neither good nor bad. Energy is neither positive nor negative. It just is. Money is energy. Money is coming and going. That is super neutral. But if we have this mindset of money's always going, that's not neutral.
And not even focusing on the fact that when money is going, it's going because something has come in return. People don't even take into the consideration, or the fact that if you owe some bills, it's because you've received something already. You know what I mean? And so being grateful for that thing that you've received and operating from that place. And feeling, and I know it's like not that easy. It's easier said than done, like to focus on it in the moment. And you're like, but I got these bills due next week. You feel me? Tell me what to do about that. I need the money. Can I get the money? And I get it. But I do feel like the more you tap into that energy and that vibration of just like gratitude, you open yourself up to ideas. You put yourself in a calmer state
Mm-hmm.
where you're able to think a little more logical. You're able to think from this place of already having it, so you're already like thinking like that person, which takes time. Maybe it just becomes a practice, especially when it comes to like meditation. It's just becoming more aware in life, and it's not as overwhelming in how that feels, because that's stressful to only think about, like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? And you're in like a fight or flight state of mind. You're not open to those unexpected ways that we, love.
That's exactly
the miracles, and it's like, well, how's it happening for others? And it's like,
Well, that's the thing.
Lighten up.
I love that, because that's like you said it. You hit the nail right on the head. You're not opening up for miracles. You're not allowing for potential. You are in this mindset of, or people get in this mindset of, I have to figure it all out. How am I going to pay these bills?
I have to figure it out.
I have to figure it out, and you're not allowing. Whether it's God, the universe, source energy, your higher self, whatever word you want to associate that to, it's all the same thing. It's all a higher power. It's all the higher power you answer to.
Yeah.
It's all source energy. And you're not, by thinking that you have to have it all figured out, you're not allowing source to step in and co-create and collaborate with you, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're here to collaborate. We're here to experience things that are unexpected, that are miracles, that are out of nowhere. And I think that's why so many people have that when they listen to our music, and especially with you with your money manifestation music, but like with my track Manifestations as well, like it was this thing of like people were seeing money coming in or checks coming in that they didn't expect, or finding money on the ground. It's like, it's because you're allowing yourself open to possibilities. You're taking a little, literally, however long our song is, 3 minutes, not even, to stop worrying and allow room for potential. Allow room to enjoy the experience, enjoy the feeling of money rather than be worried about it.
Right.
Keyword being fucking joy. Joy is
That's
it.
dope. That's a dope perspective. It makes me think what we were talking about before we hit record, about the whole idea of it's a game.
Yeah.
Learn how to play the game. Learn the rules of the game. Lighten up, and
have fun.
Have some fun with it. Have some fun with it. Have some faith. Know that it's all working out in the end. So what is and it's easy. I keep saying it's easier said than done.
It's like,
because I've been there where you're not all the way there in your journey yet of understanding, and have been through enough experiences to really be like, okay, I can have some faith. I can relax. I can chill. I know it seems like it's out of hand right now, but I know it's going to work out. But to get there, go ahead.
No, it makes me think